Hi, boys and girls. For shared reading today, we are going to read our book, Silly Sarah. Yesterday, when we read this book, we used what we know about words to help us solve tricky words. Today, we are going to see words that are highlighted. We are going to cross-check those words when I read them. We will ask ourselves, did the word I read look right, sound right, and make sense? Silly Sarah. Silly Sarah, written by Maribeth Boltz, illustrated by Sherilyn Barnes. Mama said to Silly Sarah, let's go back and check that highlighted word. I said, Mama said to Silly Sarah. If I look closely at this word, I need to read it all the way through. If it were the word said, I would see a D at the end. Mama says to Silly Sarah. Now that looks right because it has an S at the end. Mama says to Silly Sarah, follow closely and obey. Now that lesson time is over, Silly Sarah, you can play. Peggy's roll in muddy puddles. Silly Sarah sings, me too. Silly Sarah swims and splashes, doing what her new friends do. Silly Sarah sees 6 horses. Highlighted word. I read, Silly Sarah sees 6 horses. If I look closely at the beginning of my word, I see the letter P. Well, horses starts with the letter H, so that does not look right. The picture clues shows me some horses or ponies. Another word for horses, a baby horse would be a pony. Silly Sarah sees 6 ponies. Silly Sarah joins the race. Around the barrels, over fences, Silly Sarah takes last place. Mole is digging holes in tunnels. Mole sits up and looks about. Is that Silly Sarah squeezing in a hole and through and out? Then she ran. Let's stop at that highlighted word. I said ran. Let's take a close look at this word. Look at the vowel. If it were the word ran, I would see an A for This is the U, un. And there's an S at the end, runs. Then she runs into the meadow. Dog is herding sheep. What fun! There is barking, running, quacking. Silly Sarah, are you done? Now the sun is slowly setting. Mama Duck knows what's best. Mama kisses Silly Sarah and tucks her gently into sleep. Oh boy, let's go back and check that highlighted word. Tucks her gently into sleep makes sense, but it doesn't look right. Sleep starts with an SL, and I would also see a vowel team in the middle and a P at the end. This word starts with an R. I also see a chunk I know, the est chunk. Est, rest. Mama kisses Silly Sarah and tucks her gently into rest. Now that makes sense. Okay, boys and girls, that's the end of day 2. We are going to talk about who is the main character in our story and how do you know that. Okay, so while you are reading this book, I want you to be thinking about who is the main character in the story and how do you know that.